Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today's video is going to be about some new seed starting cells I've been using, why you would want to use different sizes for specific seeds. I'm going to go over some new potting soil, seed starting mix I've been using, and talk about some transplants. So hope you enjoy. Let's go. So these containers, these cells, Epic gardening cells, I've had them for about maybe a month and a half. So far I like them. A few reasons why is because obviously they're very durable, probably last a lifetime. They got big holes in the bottom, so you're able to water quicker. Kind of sucks up water within 5-10 minutes, probably less. Very easy to remove, but these slits on the side, you can see that, those slits allow for air pruning. And what air pruning is, when the roots start to coil around this, when it gets to the corner, the air prunes it off so it won't keep wrapping in a circle. If you ever pulled out a transplant and you see the bottom is all swirling and the roots are just wrapping around, see, they kind of go to the edge and then they stop and then more come out. It just keeps going. So it allows for a healthier transplant. And with the big holes in the bottom, the roots are able to come through. It's not going to keep swirling and swirling. So I really like those. I got all three sizes. These are the big ones right here. I believe these are 4 inches. Got some peppers going in here. Jimmy Nardellos. So I got the big ones. These are the medium ones, which I would use these for cucumbers, squash, melons, peppers, anything like that. Even green beans. I'm going to put these in the ground quick, but these are for bigger seeds. The bigger the seed, the bigger space you kind of want. Put some okra in this too. I got some basil right here. So I also been using the Happy Frog soil. I kind of been doing some experimenting with that. And so far, from my experience, when starting, like when I would use not regular, but like Miracle Grow or something I can just go to the store and easily get, I would notice when starting seeds inside, like for instance, these right here were started inside, with not with the Happy Frog soil. It starts to get some kind of algae on there, the green stuff. I'm not sure if it's because it's a lot of peat in there or if it just holds water longer or what, but when growing with the Happy Frog, I drastically noticed a big change in that. I've had none. So that's a real good plus. When I do the seed starting with the Happy Frog, I just sift it out. I'll show you real quick. I'll just get this. I got a bigger one. This is just a small one just to show you. But I would just put it in there and sift it out. And then all the big chunks are not in your seed. So you can just see that right there just from that little bit. I'll save this too. I'll just throw this in the garden, use it as mulch or something. But that's what I do with seed starting. Use the Happy Frog, sift it out. Well, any soil, any potting soil, just sift it out. I'll throw a couple handfuls of worm castings in there and it's ready to go. All right, so we got the 3-inch seed starting 4 cell. Just gonna fill it up. Got it filled up. Just push my fingers in, not too hard. I'm not packing it in there like that because I just want the bottom to get a little contact, get a good foundation. Put those in there. smooth it out. Gonna plant some Be It Outfit cucumbers, Baker Creek. These are great cucumbers. Self-pollinating, and every flower is a female flower, so every flower will get a fruit. So if you're having issues with pollinators for your cucumbers, try these. These can actually grow indoors because they don't need pollinators. Need to order some more of them. Baker Creek, good for pickling and slicing. So I just keep them on top. I don't bury them super deep. Cucumber. Just kind of evenly space them out a little bit. Not that it matters, but just maybe a 1/4 inch deep. I mean, if you bury it a little deeper, it's fine. So just like that, I'm gonna put a little more soil on top, and that's ready to go. Don't forget to label it, the date. I got the type, it's cucumber, Be It, and the date. So also with these cells, you don't have to just grow 4 of the same types, obviously. I'm gonna do a couple baby okra. Never really grew okra, so I'm probably just gonna do a couple plants. I'll put two seeds in each cell. Just make a little divot, 1/4 inch deep. Drop 2 in each one. Use a little more soil to, there you go. Label it. And to water it, I like to use a little water bottle like this. I just use a thumbtack, poke a bunch of holes in top. It's very gentle. You don't want to just get a hose and just drench the whole top. So I'll water these like this from the top as needed. Once they sprout, I'll bottom water from that point. These will benefit from some heat. If you were starting these early, you put them on a heat mat and cover them up. But being outside, but the weather is nice and warm, I'll just leave these on my grow table. And they'll hang out, probably germinate in about 5-6 days. And we'll have some cucumbers and some okra. So back to these trays, just to show you when that's completely empty. You see all these slits and big holes, and it's just very good for air to get to the roots, the watering, the drainage. It's just a lot of good things about these trays right here that I really like. I used to use these, which are not bad. This is corn right here, by the way. You see corn roots grow really fast. It's not bad, but I know these weren't gonna last a long time. And plus, I just liked having individual 6 cells. These 6 cells are not bad, but very hard. Well, very hard to get out, but very soft. These are not gonna last that long. Then you see the holes are small, it takes longer to water, and every time it damages the roots unless you're just very careful. These trays are also slightly bigger than this, which allows for a stronger root ball before putting it in the ground. Just something so satisfying about popping a transplant out that you grew from seed and seeing how nice it is. Very healthy. Like, this could stay in here a little longer, but once it's like that, I'll put this in the ground and it'll take off. It's very established. If you're having issues with specifically roly-polies, slugs, and pincher bugs eating your baby seedlings, get a stronger plant, get a stronger root system before putting it in the ground. Like, it's not so much about the size of the top, it's more about the root. Like, if I put this in the ground, it's going to take off. It'll be strong enough to fight off or to grow back if it's being nibbled on a little bit. If I was to take something like like this. These are beets. If I was to take something like this and pop it out, I'm not going to take it all the way out because it's probably going to fall apart. But you see there's no roots. It's going to take a long time to get established in the ground. Alright, so uppotting plants. What uppotting plants is just basically taking a plant that you started in a smaller container and moving it to a bigger container so it can continue to grow. I know some of you probably ask why you couldn't just start it in a bigger container. It's more for space, specifically grow lights. Like if you're growing these indoors, this is six clumps right here. Takes up a small space under the grow light. Versus if you have these, takes up a lot more space, uses more soil. So I like to start them in these, and I can just rip this apart, rip it in half and make 2 out of each one, or I can just leave it in its own size and just let it get bigger. So I'll probably grow these how they are, just put them in bigger containers, and I'm going to split this mint up. I'll actually let it grow a little bit more and then split it up. So I'm going to up-pot these cucumbers just to give them some more space to grow. Now this what I got on top, this is not sifted out. This is just regular Happy Frog soil because I'm not starting seeds. So I'm just going to push it in there, push it down a little bit because there's bigger holes, so it's not going to fall through. And I'll basically just, like, I'm going to just consolidate these. Like when I keep growing, like some don't pop up, like there's 2 in here and there's 2 in there. So I'm going to take those 4, put them in one, so I could use these trays for something else. So with the big holes on the bottom of these trays or cells, it's very easy just to put your finger in. I got big fingers too, and just pull it out. And you can see those roots are just going down. They're not swirling around. So I always like to water before I do anything like this, transplant, up pot. That's why this root ball is very hydrated. So I'll just set it in there. Grab some soil. If you tap it, it just kind of falls into place. And that's ready to go right there. Take my label out. Don't forget to label it. Pop this out. Set it in there. Get some Happy Frog around there. Give it a little tap. So that's how you do that right there. So just starting a bunch of seeds is a good idea, because like I was saying, everything doesn't germinate. And even if it does, why not have a couple extra just to, in case something happens. Pick the strongest one. Something comes and eats it. You got something just to put in. Just a couple cents for a seed. So this will get bottom watered with the holes. Fill up a tray, set this in there. It'll wick the water up. Nice healthy transplant. So this Happy Frog soil looks really good. It's not a lot of big sticks and pieces of wood in there and stuff. It's got mycorrhiza and humic acid in there. Indoor, outdoor use. Online, like if this is not locally in your area, because it is hard to find, it's very expensive. But if you just have an area that sells it, it's not that bad. I think this bag was like $18. So if you want to see everything it has in it, it's got a lot of mycorrhiza content. I'm not sure about everything on there, but I know mycorrhiza is very good for root growth. And this stuff seems very good so far. I'll be doing follow-up videos about this, as well as this. There's some fertilizer I just got to try. Do it on some fruit trees and some blueberries, some strawberries. So far, good job, Happy Frog. So if you were to go to a nursery, this is a tomato right here, by the way. So if you were to go to a nursery, see, and you're to see this right here, that's not a horrible thing. It's just not ideal. Once it starts wrapping around, it kind of stunts its growth a little bit. When you put it in the ground, it kind of take a while to get going. But this is not a bad transplant. I mean, it could have went in a week ago, but you would just break it up like that. Tomatoes are kind of resilient. They could take a little root disturbance. If this was something like a cucumber, a squash, a melon, peas, something like that, beans, you wouldn't want to do all that to the roots. Just want to kind of keep it babying. So I'm probably going to put this in the ground soon. You don't want if you were to go to a nursery, you don't want your plant fruiting already. If you go there and you see little fruits growing on it, that's not the one you want. You want one that's got about 3 to 4 true leaves on it. These are not true leaves. These are the first leaves that come up from the seed. It breaks open, it then starts growing. So these are the first set of true leaves. So this is not going to be root bound or nothing like that. I'm not going to pop it out because I don't want some soil to fall off and stuff. But this is the ideal size transplant. These could be a little bigger, but you don't want a bunch of leaves with little fruits on them. I would never pick a plant at a nursery that already has fruit. So I could show you how easy it is just to pop something out and pop something in. So this is obviously some strawberries growing right here, but I don't like to waste space, so I just keep popping stuff in. Pop it in, pop it in, pop it in. I got some bok choy right here. It's getting kind of late because it's warming up, but this grows kind of quick, and if it goes to seed, it goes to seed. I'll save the seeds or just pick it young. So I just take it. I always like to put a little water in the hole before I bury. Just to ensure that root ball is very wet. Just like that. You don't need to press down extra hard. I'll put another one right there. Very satisfying to just pop this out, throw it in your garden. They charge it a lot for these at the nurseries, but pack of seeds costs nothing. $3-4, and I could just keep planting. So right here on the end, I'm going to pop in one of these bush beans. It's a dragon tongue bush bean. Now, I could leave these in there longer, but the weather's right over here. It's nice. Nothing's gonna bother it here, so just pop it in. Push down. And that's that. Now I could leave these in here until I got more space to put them. Might just tuck them in there. But grow your own seeds. Alright, so that's the video. Hope you guys learned something from that today. Just going over some basic potting up and seed planting and starting. Little tips and tricks just to get you guys going. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll be doing a bunch more videos just as the season progresses, just doing what I'm doing in the garden. So if that sounds interesting to you, follow along. This is blue, by the way. Cane Corso, big girl. All right, check you out next time. Come on, girl. Come on, buddy. Come on, girl.